Excuse me? Yes, you. You've been towing for hours, so it'll soon be time to get the gear on board. Have you any idea what happens to fish if they're left in the net for too long? Well, fish starts to spoil from the moment they're in the net, so you have to get them out of the water, gutted and iced quickly. Fish are usually caught using static or towed fishing gear. With static nets, long soak times are a problem. Fish start to spoil as soon as they die in the net, and this happens even at winter sea temperatures. So the shorter the soak time, the better the quality of the catch. When fish are in the net, they can also be attacked by crabs and other scavengers. This damages the fish, causing a loss in quality and lower prices on the market. The quality of trawled fish can suffer too. Fish are scuffed by rubbing against the meshes of the net, against other fish and against rubbish such as shells, sand, rocks and crabs. The enormous pressure in a full cod end crushes the fish. Fish damaged in this way deteriorate faster than undamaged fish, and the longer the fish are left in the cod end, the more damage will occur. Therefore, the longer the tow, the poorer the quality of fish. Right, that's enough TV. Go and take care of the catch. And be quick. But being quick doesn't mean a rush job. There's no point in being quick without being careful. So go and get those fish cleaned and iced as soon as you can. Not standing on the fish and sorting them off the deck and into boxes is part of what being careful is all about. Ah yes, junk. You can find a lot worse in your catch. But fish is food, so keep it clean. Gutting is the first stage in cleaning fish. Gutting reduces the rate of spoilage of fish by removing the biggest source of bacteria and digestive juices. Good gutting is a clean cut to open up the belly without cutting more flesh than is necessary, and without puncturing the guts or other organs. You must remove the guts and organs cleanly, completely, and carefully, without damaging the walls of the gut cavity and without leaving any remains. Dispose of the waste into a separate container so as to avoid contaminating other fish. Check that the gut cavity is cleared of all remains and wash the fish as soon after gutting as possible. Badly gutted fish will spoil faster, losing quality and lowering prices on the market. The second stage in the cleaning process is washing. Be careful! Fish are too easily damaged. And these fish lying under the overspill won't be cleaned properly. They must go through the washer before they reach the hold. What's he doing now? Look, I've told you before, that's not the way to do it. Those fish may be dead and not feel a thing, but they're still delicate and easily bruised. Lower them into the hold in a basket next time. There's no point in being quick without being careful. And what are you doing with that? I've already said that overspill from the washer won't be enough to clean those fish. To clean the gut cavities out, you have to use the washer, or a hose for large fish. Boats without washers must still clean their fish properly, if necessary by hand, using a hose and basket system. Make sure that the water properly flushes out the gill and gut cavities. Flat fish require particular care. I think you'll find that 2 baskets are enough. If you overload your washer, it can't do its job properly. To clean fish properly, you need a well-designed washer that's not overloaded, has a high rate of water flowing through, and has the water circulating vigorously. The washer must do three things. Firstly, it has to clean the surface of the fish to remove dirt, contamination, and bacteria. Secondly, it's got to clean out the gut cavity of every remaining bit of contamination left after gutting. This is done by powerful jets of water sluicing into the gut cavity. Finally, it's got to clean out blood. Traces of blood and guts will speed up spoilage and can contaminate other fish in the same box. Any rubbish left floating in the water is flushed out quite quickly. A washer such as this will clean a load of fish much more effectively than many of the washers in use today. Right, what have we here? The rejects. This fish hasn't been properly washed. If it looks like that on the outside, what must the gut cavity be like? And what's this? Someone's cut right into the fillet there. Would that have been your handiwork by any chance? No? It's always somebody else. Well, let's see what somebody else has been up to. This fish hasn't been properly cleaned at the gutting stage. There's some guts and liver still inside. This fish has been clumsily gutted. The jagged cut into the belly, the cut into the flesh of the fillet, and the damage to the belly lining will all result in a less valuable fillet. The contents of the gut have been punctured too. This fish is good, with a clean cut and the internal guts and organs cleanly, carefully, and completely removed. Right, those fish have been correctly washed. Let's get them down below and packed into ice straight away. Okay, good. He's now being careful with the catch by lowering them in a basket. He's handling them carefully. He's making sure he's got the correct weight. But he's just dumping them into the box, so all the ice in the bottom will be pushed to the ends of the box and the fish will become distorted later on. They should be laid out with bellies down to allow drainage from the gut cavity, and just straightening out the top row won't fool the buyer. That's not the correct way to ice fish. Let's take a closer look at what else you've done. Stacks of boxes that are overfilled with fish can cause damage due to excessive pressure on the lower boxes. This produces fish that are bent, twisted, and deformed. Let's take a look at some examples. It's obvious that fish like these will be harder to process, have a shorter shelf life and a lower market value than properly packed fish. Crushing also causes weight loss. Fluid will be pressed out from the fish, and in extreme cases, this loss can be as much as 15% of its weight. So let's repack the boxes correctly. Effective drainage of water from fish boxes is very important. Here we see meltwater draining through holes to the outside of the box. This helps avoid meltwater contamination of the fish in the boxes below. If the box is only iced on top, then the drainage holes can become blocked by the fish themselves. The bottom of the box will fill up with contaminated water. The fish on the bottom will cool less quickly than those on the top. So don't just ice the top of the box. Boxes iced top and bottom will drain well, and the fish will cool much more quickly than boxes iced top only. But the fish in the center will take longer to cool down than those at the top and bottom of the box. So, to cool fish quickly and efficiently, ice them top and bottom, with some ice mixed in the middle. Properly iced and filled boxes will keep fish longer in the best possible condition, and therefore give you higher prices at the market. Right, let's see you pack a box properly. Good, a layer of ice to start with. And you're putting them in an ordered and neat fashion with bellies down. Packed like this, fish won't become misshapen and the gut cavity will drain. Some ice in the middle now. Right, you finished that basket off, making up your final box. Don't forget your last layer of ice. You may ask, how much ice should you use when packing a box? The answer is enough, so that when it reaches market it's still under ice and properly chilled. I see you've still got a few fish left, although not enough to fill another box. These must be iced now, rather than left until the next haul. Well done. And the finishing touch of ice. You've stored your catch, so now it's time to clean the boat. For good hygiene, it's essential to keep all equipment clean. To summarize, be quick, be careful, be cool, clean and consistent.